Hello everyone, I'm Greycloak, thank you for joining me, and welcome back to episode 13 of Krastorio. What are we supposed to be working on? We were getting ready for military tech cards, and they required these electronic components, so we need to be able to produce those. And we need glass, silicon and plastic for that. And glass was our first thought to make. And we need some crushers for that, of course. I think we put a crusher down in a junk chest over here. Yes, we did. So, how fast does these crush stuff? Crafting speed of 1. And they take 3 stone every second. So we need 5 of them to empty a belt. However, let's just get some stone in here to begin with. Then we can start playing around. There we go. So we can easily just crush stuff. Five of these should easily crush this whole belt. So one of them makes 7.5 sand a second. We need twice that every 15 seconds. So every 7.5 seconds we need 7.5, so we need 1 a second in each of these. That math might be wrong. No, we take 15 sand every 15 seconds. Okay. And this made 7.5 sand every second. So we can have 7.5 furnaces. I guess that could just be for steel furnaces. If we research this, that might be a bit easier to handle. Of course, to smelt the glass we also need some sort of fuel, and I guess that will just be coke, because it has the highest fuel value. So if we bring coke up here, just trying something new. Then we could have 4 furnaces and have a setup like that. Well, we don't need 4 of course, we just need 2 for each. So something like that. And then just output over here. That seems great, right? Alternatively, we will have the fuel input over here and just longhand insert those. And then just shorthand insert the crushed stone, sand or whatever it is. So that would be a bit narrower of a design, I think. Let's just get this. But maybe this is a bit prettier, I'm not sure. Let's try the other thing out. So if we just have the furnaces like this. Have fuel coming in here. And then just outputting there. That is one tile narrower, so let's go with that, I guess. Let's bring some coke up here. And we need underground belts. Anything else we need while we're here? We might need splitters soon. And a bit of belt. So here is our coke. And that should work just fine. We need to tell these to smelt glass, of course. And let's just see, we should have everything for these steel furnaces, so let's continue with this build. Oh, we don't need this many. Maybe one is enough? No, two is running. Let's try with one, see if this dwindles down. 83. 79. Yeah, it does go down a bit now, so let's go with 2. And we have steel furnaces, so now we can go back to trying to get the inserter bonus. Did we not make more crushes? I think I said 5 of these. We also need to make these. We need 20 of those for 5 crushers. Also, we picked up some stone that we should just deposit in here whenever possible. Come on, just the last 3. Run one more time, please. Thank you. No, not there. There. Good. We should probably have a look if we can, if 4 of these furnaces can sustain all of the production here. Apparently it can't, because of the inserters, of course. So if we swap those out with fast inserters, at least they can keep up. And it seems like this can only just keep up. We do have half a normal furnace too much in this, so that is the expected result, sorry. And all of them should smelt glass. And all of them should be replaced with steel furnaces now. And all of the crushers need stone, of course. Let's just keep the inserters as far down as possible. And if we just remove this glass from the build, then we should start using the whole build of stone. Or am I wrong? Three stone per second multiplied by 5 should be 15 stone per second. And I think it is starting to get there. I would think it would pick it up quite a lot faster, but maybe I'm wrong. Did I calculate something wrong? Oh, we need some more of these at least. Maybe the fast inserter just isn't enough to keep this running. Yeah, it does take small breaks, so let's add a normal inserter to it. Oops. Now we should be using the whole build. Of course, as soon as we are backed up on glass, we'll stop with that again. Let's just balance this a bit, I guess. No, we can't just do that. We actually need some of them to be... I think I can find a solution for this. Halfway up. So around here. Well, only if we do that. That's a bit soggy. We could also just make some of these be short-handed inserters, if I can figure out how to access them. I think it said so in the Wikipedia. Shift L. Drop near, yep. If half of them is set to that. Wait, what? Oh, I was using the wrong key. So Shift L actually makes this nice animation. Just copy pasting them does not. That's a bit weird. So okay, this should be a bit better. Let's get this on the bus. And we did remove a wood belt, so I guess we just replace that. With something like that. That's glass ready. Good, good, good. So we need silicon and plastic now. How do you make silicon? From quartz in a furnace. And quartz you get from sand and water. So we actually need what does 30% stone mean? Is that a 30% chance to get 1 stone? Or is it... I guess that's the only thing that makes sense, right? So in a filtration plant, you have to put in sand and water to get stone and quartz. And then you can recrush some of the stone into water, and so on and so forth. We do not have a lot of stone coming in. Should we just go and put miners down in that entire area? We should after we unload these old miners. We want to get rid of this stuff. Let's hang on to some of the glass at least. Do we have access to filtration plants now? Yeah, we do, but we need engine units first. Okay, good to know. So yeah, this is all of our stone. We have some more up here, of course. And actually that would make a nice line directly down to our crushers. Should we just do that? Well, I guess we can as soon as we run out of stone here. Have we seen any other biters? Nope. Our radars they do not have the furthest of scanning ranged. Yeah. So we won't be seeing very far. Advanced radars, are they available now? Well, we need advanced circuits and steel beams for them first, and rare metals. So, not really. How come our science is so slow? It's just a lack of labs, apparently. Okie dokie. Let's continue on with military tech. Silicon, yeah. So, crushed stone, aka sand, and water turns into quartz and stone, and then we smelt quartz into silicon. Stone and water. Should we just add on top of this and I mean, if we get stone from up here, that might be a good idea actually. How much silicon do we need? and how much do we get from this process. So quartz, 6 quartz requires 12 sand, that's almost 2 stone, as far as I remember. 3 stone to 7.5 sand. So it's more than 2, it's probably 5. I think that's right. 5 stone to 6 quartz, and you get some stone back. 6 quartz becomes 3 silicon, so 5 stone to 3 silicon. And how much do you use this in? Silicon. Just electronic components, and electronic components we use for a lot, is my guess. A lot of stuff that we want automated, yeah. So we need a lot of it. A lot. So maybe instead of putting it on top, we should just add it next to it so we can copy paste that somewhere else as well. I think that's a good idea. So let's go with the thought of another stone line coming up. All of this means, of course, that we will have to get trains at some point as well. This is okay to bring down with belts, I guess, but it would be so much faster with trains, I think. At least when that runs out as well. Of course, there is 50 times more stone in that than we have at the moment, but yeah. Speed is always nice. Let's move that up 1 tile. Good, so we crush sand here. Then it's supposed to be put into a filtration plant. But for that we need engines, so maybe we should make engines here instead. Because we do not know how large filtration plants are. Sure, let's do that. Remove this stone line again. My memory isn't the best, and I had already forgotten that we wanted or needed engines before we could make silicon. So engines, I guess that's just the vanilla recipe. Pipe, iron gear and iron plate. And we do not want a full build of engine units, so just combining a build of iron and iron gears should be fine for that part of the input. But then the pipes, 2 pipes is also 2 iron, so we actually need another line of iron coming in, according to my calculations. So that's the first part of the iron. Oh. That's how I want it. And we have our inserter capacity bonus now. So let's go with military tech cards. So if we just plan this out for a full build of engineers, or just for half a build I guess, because we have half a build of these. Then we need a full build of pipe. And pipe is pretty fast, to a second. So that's 4. 8. That seems like a lot. I don't think I usually make this many pipes, but I guess I don't usually plan for half a build of engines, because that's a lot of engine units. Do you need them for anything other than the usual? Electric engine units. Oh, let's see here. Pumps, locomotives, cars, heavy armored vehicle, aka tanks. For a jackhammer. What is a jackhammer? Is it just faster mining? I guess. Cool. Gas power station, electrolysis plant, air purifier. I guess that's the actual machine and not the part in the machine. That's a filter, right? I don't think we'll plan for this many. But 4 engine units a second should be more than enough, right? No, that's not right. 2 engine units a second. Maybe let's plan for 4, just to be sure. So we need iron in here as well. I really think we should start thinking about trains as well, because we are starting to use a lot of iron now. At least when things are running. I wish the reach on these were longer as well, and not just the coverage. So now we can make engine units, and they take 10 seconds to craft. So with 10 machines we get 1 per second. We have planned for a lot more than that. Oh wait, that's wrong. That's right. Let's just start with 1 a second. So nice with this long range, or long high coverage, wide coverage, whatever it's called. Oh, you need a long hand inserter as well. That should be everyone. Yes. And I guess we just take the next line in use. We've almost already filled our entire plant bus area now. And we still haven't got steel beams and steel gear wheels, sorry. Steel iron gear wheels. Great mind. So I don't really want modular armor or power armor before I can get robots anyway, so this is not really necessary. But trains, on the other hand, they are important. Okay, good. So now we have engine units. And we can make filtration plants. Good. But unfortunately, that's all we have time for in this episode. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.